Stuck in a slump? Don't know what to read next? Don't worry, I got your back. Welcome to my channel. My name's Olivia. I'm so happy to have you here. We talk all things books, thrifting, movies, and everything else that pops into my brain. Before we dive into it though, the first thing I want to mention is whether you've read 100 or 1 books you're reading, that's the important part. But here are kind of my top tricks for how I like to get out of a reading slump. Was there a book that you've recently loved that you've been raving about to your friends, or something that you might have read even as a child, stayed up late with a flashlight under your cover, very typical 90s kid experience if I do say so myself, but pick that book up again, read that book again. One of my favorite books that always gets me out of a slump with reading is something that gives me that warm and fuzzy feeling, whether it be from nostalgia or just a book I truly have enjoyed. Pick that back up. It is nothing wrong with rereading a book. I know some people are like, gosh, my TBR is never ending. Why should I read another book that I've read 5, 6, or even once before? That's okay. If that reignites your love for reading and gets you out of that slump, read it. My next tip, which as you start to watch my channel, or if you've watched my channel and this is your first time watching this video, I love the local library. From when I was a kid all the way to now, I've always had a library card and I avidly use it, whether it be physical copies at the book or at the library, getting it digitally, or audiobooks. I use that thing all the time. I read 65 books this year, and of all the books I've read, I think I might have purchased 3 of them. Everything else has come from a local library or advanced reader copy. Take advantage. Go through, find some books that you might not gravitate towards and check them out. It's totally free. Plus, if you get 50 pages into it and hate it, move on to the next one. There is nothing wrong with saying, oh, this book's not for me, but that's the joy of the local library. You can check out as many as you want up until whatever limit they have, and then return them. This tip is go out of your comfort zone with a genre. Now that might sound counterintuitive. However, if you're an avid romance reader, or you read a lot of fantasy, or you read a lot of nonfiction, maybe you're just feeling stuck in that routine of, oh, this is my 3rd romance, my 3rd fantasy I read this year, and it's just not really inspiring me. That's okay. Why not try a graphic novel or an audiobook or a memoir from your favorite TV actor, or whatever it might be? Try that. See if that helps. Another one of my top tips, especially if you guilt yourself into finishing a book that you're not liking, put the book down if you don't like it. You can always revisit it. I'm not saying you can't. I've read a couple books where I'm like, oh, I'm not into it, and then picked it up later. Absolutely loved it. That is a-okay. Put the book down. Move on to something else. It is totally okay to say, this book's not for me right now, but I'm going to come back to it. Another one that I found is really helpful is audiobooks. Audiobooks also counts as reading. If anyone tells you differently, they're not a true friend, but it does count as reading. And I feel like just that change of pace, you're not just sitting down in one spot. If you like to play Switch, I love to put on my headphones, listen to an audiobook, play Animal Crossing. Last and final tip, it's okay if you just need to take a break from reading. If you have been booked out, I had to take a break recently because I read a bunch of really, really heavy books. And I just now got back into reading some of my light and fluffy romance books that I absolutely adore. It's okay. Take a break. You're going to come back to it. Those books are going to be waiting for you. Don't pressure yourself. Don't feel guilty if you're like, I just need to take a break. That's okay. That reading, you'll find that spark again. And what other tips do you have? Leave them in my comments. Make sure to like, subscribe, comment one of your favorite books that's gotten you out of a reading slump, and thank you for watching my video.